yourself and them boys 69. Y'all remember that song? Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Black Women in Grants for another episode of GPA, Grant Prep Academy. Hey, that's our jingle for today. Hey, bars, question mark. Come join us live on the Black Women in Grants TikTok page. If you're not here already, where you at? I don't know why I'm in a singing mood right now, but I am. Welcome. Hello, chocolate chip. Welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, creator of this page. Come on in. Let's chat about grants. This is for Black women, for-profit small business owners. Those of you who are ready to find and apply for grants. I'm going to let TikTok get y'all in this room here. If you're really interested in grants, that is. I'm here to help. Make sure, again, you follow this page and turn your notifications on. I'm usually live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had a connection issue on our earlier live, so I'm back. Clarraine, welcome. So we talk about grants, how to find and apply for and win your first or next four-figure grant. So if you need a little change in your business, you're in the right place. But this is for the for-profit space. So it's completely different than nonprofit. It's completely different than what you think if you've never applied. And I want to help walk you through it. So welcome. Let me know that you're new here. Put new in the chat. Hopefully the ladies from our last live before it started technically glitching can come back and join us. Hello, Victoria and Ruth. Welcome. Hi, Angie. Welcome. Y'all come in and say hello. Hey, Christy. Did I don't know what I did. I just clicked something. So again, I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I have won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities. And I'm excited about that opportunity to share with you. Oops, I'm clicking stuff. So come in. Let's talk about grants for your Black woman owned for-profit small business. That is who this is for. And so, get ready. If you're new here, welcome. Put new in the chat. Let me know you're new. Community something. Hello, tripping with, is it Track or Tracy? Sexy cat. Hey, girl. Welcome. Hey, Raw Abundance. How's the connection now? Let me know. I went out for y'all and came back. Let me know. So this is for Black women for-profit small business owners. Ready to talk about funding. Anyone need a grant? Put grant in the chat if you need a grant. Anybody need a grant? Put grant in the chat if you need a grant. Hey. So that's all we talk about here is grants for Black women for-profit small business owners. If you need a grant, whether you're new here or you've been here before, we call you OGs, original grantees. Hey, tell me about your business in the chat. What do you do in that business that you need a grant for? Talk to me. I love good engagement now. I know y'all multitasking, y'all at work and stuff. I ain't supposed to be on TikTok, but you're here too late. So talk to me. Let me see. TikToker, which I feel like you've been here before. Have you been here before? Let me know. This is for Black women, for-profit small business owners. So make sure, I'm making sure that I let y'all know you're in the right place. But I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. Y'all ain't talking to me. I love a good conversation. That means both of us are talking. I'm talking, you typing. That's how this works. Engagement. So really quickly, tell me what you do in the chat. Ooh. Over here smelling perfume is scaring me. I ain't use it in a minute. This is Black Women in Grants. So we help Black women find and apply for small business grants. For those of you who need funding. So help me help you help yourself. What is your business? Put it in the chat. And welcome, newbies. You can also tell me if you're new here. Hey, girl. Welcome. Nobody has a business? I'm waiting. Can y'all hear me? I know we had a bad connection earlier. Let me make sure y'all can hear me, child. Maybe y'all don't hear what I'm asking. Hello? You gotta type fast on TikTok now. The Real Bella says, I gave up on what, girl? What you give up on? Let me know. Ooh, it smells so good. LRC signing. What is that, a notary business? Do you notarize? They just did a free notary class here in Atlanta recently and sold out. It's like, I know that's right. All right, I'm waiting on your answers to what you do in your business. I want to get out in your business because that's what we do here, so that I can know if you have a business that qualifies for a grant. Some of y'all don't, and you don't even know it. Hey, Shauna Ray, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Newbie here. I'm a life insurance agency. Teresa, what do you need a grant for? Let me know. Talk to me in the chat below. Hey, Tabasha. Put it in hooked on phonics style for me in the chat so I can get it right. Because at this point, I'm not too confident. I ain't got no confidence. Woo. What else for to say? What other businesses do we have here? Tabasha. Got it. I figured it was one of them. I'm going to just keep trying till we get it right. Thank you, girl. What's your business? Let me know. Oh, The Real says, Lord, I sold hair for 13 years. I just feel like I haven't bought my big break. I don't know what that means. Tied into grants, and let's talk about it. Oh, you listed yours already? My bad, girl. Let me look. I don't see it. Girl. Put it again. As long as you ain't cussing, it should show back up. If not, I don't know, girl. TikTok will block some words, so it depends. You said you keep listing yours. I don't see it. I don't know why y'all ain't showing up. Y'all stop cussing in this chat so they can show up now. That's probably what that is. You in that vulgar language. Summarize it. Try using different words. Let's see if it'll pop up. TikTok did say something. I just ignored the message. I don't know what they were saying. Tabasha is a certified life, relationship, and group coach. So when you say you're a certified group coach, what does that mean? Because one thing you might not have known, I got another business where I certify Christian coaches. So I know all about that world, girl. That's my jam. And you're a motivational speaker, and you're a woman, and you're black, and you're a business owner, and you're looking for grants. Hey. The Real says, I have inventory, 2 suitcases I haven't sold. I still don't know what you do other than feeling burnt out, you gave up, and something about hair. Did I get that right? Iconic. Love how you spell that. Extensions. Got it. So what do y'all need grants for in these businesses? Let me know. And Iconic, why is your crown invisible? I need to know why that's in your profile. I'm nosy, girl. Talk to me. Welcome, newbies. Put new in the chat if this your first time, girl. You in for a treat. You're welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, creator of this space. Ooh, child. Welcome, newbies. Talk to me about your business and what you need a grant for. We have a mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. We have, I want to say 383 ladies in the program as of now. And we're about to sell out. If you ain't here to talk about grants, you about to find out what I'm selling, because I got a block ministry for sale, child, every day. So you better ask a question. Don't come in here tripping. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I don't play that. Get right. Be a part of the conversation. You're welcome to stay. But if you tripping, grow. So this is for black women, for-profit small business owners. Hey, black women. Let's talk about grants for your business. First, I need to know what you do in your business. And then I need to know, what do you need a grant for? Don't worry about what I'm selling. Tell me what you selling, babes, and what you need a grant for. Let's focus on the conversation at hand. Amen? Hallelujah. You need a grant, says Tabasha, now that I know how to say it right, to hold more events for topics like generational wealth. Okay. Thriving through grief. Supplies and vehicle support. I don't know what that means. What type of business do you have? So one of the most frequently asked questions on a small business grant application is for you to describe your business. So if you were answering this question for a grant and they're writing you a check and they say, describe your business. They're also going to say, tell us more. What was can't remember the last grant, but they kind of worded it like, I know. Hold on. I wrote it down for y'all. Let me tell you exactly what the most current grant application I've seen as of like 3 this morning said. Hold on, I got a page full of notes. They said, speak with clarity. So you're going to talk about, I can't even see this without the light on. It's dark over here. Okay. Hold on, let me find it. How did they... when they say, how will you use the grant? They want you to effectively talk about how you intend to use their money to further your business. So things like supplies, marketing, inventory, a building, space, stuff that don't qualify. You can put stuff like that if you ain't really serious with winning a grant. User says SU. I don't know what that means. What that mean, girl? Won't cut it. Tell them, Autism Mom. Tashawn says, I would like to start a mobile spa where I bring relaxation to people. That sounds peaceful. The Real says clothing, custom clothing and accessories. I thought you mentioned something about hair earlier. I don't know. Maybe it was me. We don't write proposals. That's for nonprofits. So no, I can't help you with that. We apply for grants. It's a different opportunity. You do both. That's probably why you burnt out and giving up, ain't it? You said you want to talk about it. Want to talk about it? Here'd go. So, y'all are telling me about your business in the chat. You're also telling me what you would do with a grant. Those are the only 2 questions I want to talk about your answers to right now. Now, if you can't follow those instructions, child, you ain't got to worry about winning no grant, because them people do not give you a second chance to make a first impression. And right now, first impressions ain't first impression. And in this chat, what is y'all doing? What is you doing? So, right now, we're saying hi. We're saying if you're new here, you could tell me that. You can tell me about your business real quick in the chat in the limited character space TikTok gives you. And you can tell me what you can use a grant for, because those are the most frequently asked questions to describe your business and what you use a grant for. So y'all keep talking to me. If you need an example, just say that. If you need help, let me know. Yes, girl. I'm loving this audio feature, because other than that, y'all won't be seeing me here. So welcome. Talk back. Talk to me. Let's talk about grants. Let's talk about grants, baby. In the limited space TikTok. Yeah, girl. They be on here complaining. I don't have enough room. So, but right now they're not saying nothing. So we'll see. And I will hang up. I will hang up on y'all. So I ain't gonna waste my time. I ain't gonna be begging. No, I don't do that. I attract. I don't chase. So answer the question. Tasha says, I'm new here. I would like to use the grant to buy an RV. Start up a mobile spa. Okay, so we're going to put the spa in an RV. I love it. Delta says, I would like to utilize your TikTok help. I only talk about grants, so I don't know how you're going to do that. User says, marketing for my hair extensions is what she would use her grant for. Aid with supplies. I told you I don't put supplies, just hard-headed. You ain't listening. Y'all don't want to hear me, you just want to dance. Big Body says, I run a travel agency, and I can use the funds to conduct research and continue operations and grow. What type of research you running, child? What type of research and continue operations? What type of operations we continuing and grow? Grow how? You got to get Pacific like the ocean, amen? The Real says, I want to bring items to a brick and mortar so people will less hesitant to buy. I'm in Raleigh. Okay. I'm trying to follow your train of burnt out thought, but you ain't giving me too much to work with. So keep talking to me. It'll come to you. You said that's what I meant. I just came in. Okay. I don't even remember what it was, girl. Nothing but regular hair supply stores. Okay, so one thing we ain't gonna do is side conversations. Y'all talking to me. If you want to have a side conversation, go start your own live and handle that. But here, it's only 2 questions on the table, child. What do you do? And what will you do with that grant? Amen. Amen. Researching locations to send my clients. Okay. Irene, welcome back. How are you? I'm trying to remember our last conversation. Help me, because I know it was something. I know. Listen. Help me. It's early. Welcome back. You said that's me replying to me. See, real estate. Real Bella. I'm gonna give you a minute to get it together, because I don't even know what's going on in your conversation that you having with yourself in my chat. What is going on? What's happening? Big Body says creating affordable vacation packages and taking the stress out of travel planning. Big Body, do you have more than one business? Let me know. No? Okay. So I'm trying to put it all together because I know y'all are answering the questions separately. You just elaborate. Okay, thank you. I was trying to understand. Just trying to understand. You said trying to see how what I'm saying makes. Yeah, that's why I'm giving you a minute. Get your brain together. I get it, girl. I had some coffee. That's part of the reason I can function right now. So, go pour yourself a cup of Joe. Splash some water on your face and come back. We're gonna be here for a little bit. Actually, I only got 30 more minutes with y'all. I'm in between the whole day conference. They talking in the background. They on mute while I'm talking to y'all. So welcome, everyone's. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, creator of BlackWomenInGrants.com. Hallelujah. Somebody asked me what I was selling. I ain't selling nothing. I am offering you an extended invitation to come learn about grants on a deeper level in our year-long mentorship over at BlackWomenInGrants.com. Want to know what I'm selling? Go over there and check it out. Amen. There's a scholarship there for some lucky lady to come join us for $97. One-time payment, year-long access, and find out how you could be selling too and getting them grant checks, boo. Hey, I got bars. You're welcome. Mwah. Tripping, what took you 30 minutes to get back here with us? Where you been? I came right back on. Well, welcome back. We figured out our tech glitches. I was not on Wi-Fi and the connection was spotty. But hopefully y'all can hear me. Many, as per usual, are multitasking, but I'm here. So, the Real Bella, she trying, y'all. Give her credit. She says she sell and make clothing, also sell hair extensions, wants a brick and mortar so items can be tangible. Take that last part out because I think it's already tangible. Tangible means you can hold it in your hand. You better be holding the clothing in your hand. You can't sell invisible clothes. You better be holding them hair extensions in your hands because I'm going to need to see what's in my head. Amen? Maybe you meant something else. I'm working with you. I'm giving you time to warm that brain up, jump start it, let it thaw out a little bit. Welcome. Good morning. Irene says 30% below poverty level. Who? We have 4 certified teachers who tutor daily. Oh, it must have cut off a part of your answer. Tangible for the customer. Okay, you tried. I'm gonna give you some more time out to help you describe that business. Have a huge closed closet. Okay, Irene, it's missing like the first part of your chat. I don't know why, but they either cutting y'all off or not showing your answers at all. It's weird. Yeah, it has to be tangible for the client. They got to leave with something physically in their hands. That's tangible. Um, okay. You trying. A win is a win. So, what questions y'all got about grants as it relates to the business that you told me about? And what you're going to use the grant for? Let me know. Y'all got to help me because I've been up all day. I might have took like an hour and a half nap at like 6, 7 this morning, but I'm back up for some reason. I've had coffee. Coffee can only coffee for so long. Conversation will wake me up. So ask me a question about grants as a Black woman for-profit small business owner. Now keep in mind too, grants they are just so much fun. It's so much to this world that I love sharing. We have, I was trying to wait till Tay got on here to see if she wanted to share her good news. But if you've hung out with us, you've met Tay. She's a swim instructor. And she and I just celebrated some great news yesterday by phone, talking over each other, talking loud, excited. And so I might wait until she hops on if she can to come and let's share her news together. So yeah, that is her news, and I want her to get celebrated for that. So just know we got some celebrations coming. We also heard from Lucinda. I don't think she's here yet either, but she has won a total of $11,000 since joining us in the mentorship. Ashley Rankin, who I chatted with briefly this morning, she has won a total of $29,000. She is a self-care coach. She teaches about rest and relaxation and not burning out in your life. Ooh, the real Bella. You probably need to talk to her. She also has a skincare line. L'Oreal just gave her a $10,000 grant to launch that skincare line, and they're going to mentor her through the process, child. And so there's that. It's very exciting. Raven Duvernay, she's a Black woman farmer up in Baltimore, Maryland. Say, yes, I do. Amen. I agree. Wait till she get on here. I'll introduce y'all if she comes today. But Raven Duvernay, she's a Black woman farmer up in Baltimore, Maryland. She just won $100,710. Let me say that again. $100,710 doll hairs. So when I ask y'all, tell me about your business. What could you use a grant for, ma'am? I ain't asking for my health. I need all my health. I ain't giving it away now. So, if you haven't told me what you do in your business, tell me now. Call me now, like Miss Cleo back in the day. And if you haven't told me what you could use the grant for, tell me. If you would like examples, even more, about what it looks like to win a grant, to find a grant, to apply for a grant, to stand out on that application, to set yourself aside as a future grant winner, ask me a question. I'll tell you no more lies. And if you're new here, put new here. Hey girl, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I've won over $1 million in funding, about to win so much more. We got some revamps coming to our mentorship program and some of the services that are being offered to you over at blackwomeningrants.com. So I invite you to be a part of it. We have a scholarship that's available for those of you who are serious about having grants be a part of what you do, and you're beyond just the asking questions phase, that you really ain't gonna do nothing with the information, but you're really ready to start taking things seriously and applying this information literally, like going out and applying for a grant today. So what I've done over the past year and a half, we are 1 year old here with our mentorship, but we've been on TikTok for about a year and a half. I've been here with you guys every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. answering your questions about grants. We have like 300 of these episodes with me really diving deep into grants for Black women, for-profit small business owners, those who are seeking grants and you're ready to find and apply for funding. And so over at blackwomenandgrants.com is our award-winning financial inclusion education platform. What does that mean? I and 380 plus ladies that are in the mentorship have the goal to help revolutionize the way Black women, for-profit entrepreneurs understand what we call debt-free, non-traditional business funding. And so what that means is grants, grant-funded opportunities like small business pitch competitions and contests and giveaways and bursaries and partnerships and sponsorships, and the list goes on and on and on. You want to know more about it? I've won it all. That's why I can teach from firsthand experience. This ain't something I'm making up. This ain't something I heard. This is something that I'm doing, have done, will continue to do, and am showing others the way. This is what our Black women in the mentorship have done to win over $250,000 in funding this year. Yay! Autism Mom is an IEP expert who empowers parents. You use your grant for workshops. Got it. So I'm here to share with you guys the tools, the information. This is part of our mentoring community. And so we come together here on TikTok 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I'm live with you guys answering your questions. I also do pop-up lives. But my goal is to help educate you so that you can make educated decisions on the type of funding that's available for your Black woman-owned for-profit small business. And so far, since introducing our mentorship here on TikTok, where we now have like 71,000 followers, and we started with 400,000 of y'all. Won't he do it? God is so good. We've gifted over $55,600 in partial scholarships, which allows you to come train with us for a full year. The regular investment is $997, but our scholarship allows you to get it for only $97. Come hang out with us for a year. One-time payment, year-long access. You get Klarna and Afterpay and Affirm for payment arrangements if you need it. It's available. So with our numbers growing, I set a goal. I know exactly how many Black women I want to help. We're almost at that goal, which I love. It's so much fun to know that we're near capacity. But these are women who, we had a viral video here on TikTok, and below the video, people, hundreds of comments are begging, please mentor me through this, because the video is showing and it's pinned at the top of our page here on Black Women in Grants. Make sure you follow the right page, because there are scammers and spammers trying to be us, but they're not like us. They're not anointed for this like us. So anyway, y'all asked for this. Y'all asked to be mentored. So I created the mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com, and it teaches you how to find and secure grants and grant-funded opportunities. So overall, the mentorship is designed to help you confidently prepare for and apply for future funding. So when I show up here, this is specifically for Black women, for-profit small business owners, and I give you my real-life grant-winning examples and experience, and teach you how to leverage my education to go out and get the experience of winning something for the first time or the next time. Like every time should be better and better. And there's nothing like that first win, though. That's just like, oh my gosh, this works. I can do this. So that's what Raven did, the 6-figure farmer. That's what we're calling her today. She came on our live and I was sharing about storytelling. And she said, she had been applying and trying to find funding, but it transformed her business to learn how to really tell her story in a way that allowed her to continue learning about finding funding for her business, but also standing out in the application process when she went out to apply for different small business funding, grants, etc. And so she found this one fund of $2 billion that the government owed Black farmers. And she was able to submit an application And she said, while it was intense and very detailed, when she used what I taught her about telling her story better, it allowed her to structure her application. And she was amazed that she was awarded a six-figure grant, which was more than she expected to win, which I think is hilarious. So on average, this fund was known to give like maybe 50,000, 60,000, 80,000. She won $100,710 because she put into practice what I shared with her. And so now she has the funding that is allowing her to elevate what she's already doing in her farming operation and do so significantly. And so she mentioned how she's also shared what I taught her with other farmers. And several of them received substantial financial awards from that same fund, including one who won $59,000 alongside her. So she just mentioned how she is really grateful for the mentorship and the things I share with you guys and the advice I give you. And that has empowered her and others to confidently navigate the grant world, because it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like a second job. It can feel like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Should I hire a grant writer, etc.? So that's a part of Raven's introduction to six-figure funding, okay? The six-figure funded farmer. So it's really, grants aren't even really based on the type of business you have per se. You just have to have a really good story that aligns with why they're given the grant. And so there is a high possibility you can find a grant that's perfect for your business. But you still would have to know how to tell that story, why you do what you do, who you do it for, why you do what you do for who you do it for. Telling that founder story, why you started the business, etc. So that's a little about Raven. Y'all got any questions about Raven? I want to see if there's any of you who kind of resonates with Raven's story. We have 3 other grant winners I can tell you about. We did a little avatar. I said avatar. Avatar survey the other day, just kind of using the necessary steps to get to six-figure in funding. Could anyone here use 6 figures in funding? I'm just kind of curious. Let me know. If you're listening, taking notes, and could use an extra 6 figures from somebody else's money, talk to me. Big Buddy says yes. So what Raven did that I loved, and I kind of mapped out her journey and the journey of our grant winners that really started taking applying for small business grants and grant funded opportunities seriously as Black women for-profit small business owners. And so the qualities I saw of our 6-figure grant winner here was that she was applying, but she wasn't winning. Anyone here tried that before? You tried, you've applied, you've been denied. Put me in the chat. Because that means that you need to tweak something. And that's what Raven did. So she tweaked how she told her story. She started telling what we call a compelling story, or doing compelling storytelling in a way that gets grant checks written. And so I teach storytelling from a $50,000 angle, meaning I learned how to do this from a $50,000 grant. And now that Raven has applied these 50K tips and doubled it, she said double it and give it back to me, okay? And now has won over 6 figures using a $50,000 method. That meant that she wanted to go big in her funding. Anybody want to go big with this win? Put BIG in the chat. That's for 6 figures plus in funding. What that also means is in order to win that amount, you have to apply for millions of dollars in funding applications. And that's known as your application amount. That's the amount you should be applying for in order to win your 6 figures in funding, aka your grant goal. So if you have a grant goal of winning at least 6 figures, just again make a side note that you're going to need to have an application amount in the millions of dollars. And that's easy to do. You can find, grants all over and just apply for multiple grants until you have applied for at least $1 million or more. And so to be a Raven, you need to strengthen what we call your grant application process, or GAS. Put gas in the chat if you know that's what you need to do. You need to figure out what you've been doing right and what you could do better in finding and applying for these grants that are a right fit for your business. You may need to tweak something, add a little gas to it, and also stay consistent. Consistency is key. That's what Raven was saying. I've been trying this. I've been wanting to do this. I've been trying to win. But she was determined, like, something got to work, because she has a legacy to preserve. Literally, she's a homesteader. Her farm is in her backyard where she grows these humongous vegetables and loves every minute of it. She has a TikTok channel here. She's helping other people learn about it. And so she's like, we have work to do and to continue, and I need the funding behind it. She was willing to listen and to learn and to implement. And that is the key to winning 6 figures plus in funding. Are there any Ravens here? Y'all, can you hear yourself in her story of going from this ain't working, I keep getting rejected, to OMG, Dr. AJ Austin, you are not going to believe this. And she sent me a picture of her 6-figure check. It's on the website over at blackwomeningrants.com. It's so pretty to see all those digits. But that's Raven. Can anyone relate to Raven's story? You've tried, applied, been denied, but you're willing, you're determined to stay consistent, to listen, to learn the information that I share with you, and to go out and implement it. Is this helping you guys? Let me know, because I have some more examples if you would like. Let me know. If you have any questions about what Raven did specifically, put your question in the chat. But I would love to hear some talk back, some feedback from you. Okay. Let me share about Deanna Joy. She may pop on. She usually does when she has a minute. She's a 5-figure grant winner. And 5 figures is anything from, did I do that right? Yeah, $10,000 to $99,999, if my math is mathing. Now, Deanna Joy is a nonprofit grant writer, which is fun and funny. So she is a for-profit business owner, but she helps nonprofits find and apply for grants. And so what she's learning in the mentorship is how to help her for-profit small business, but also some tips to help her win for her clients. And so the qualities I noticed in Deanna as a 5-figure grant winner, she's won a total so far of $76,000, and that's including her grants, the grants for one of her clients. One was she won one for $50,000, and then I know at least $5,000 is for her. She's a semifinalist for a $1 million grant, and before coming to me, she of course was familiar with applying for grants, but not on the for-profit side. Have y'all ever applied for a grant as a for-profit business? Put me in the chat. Yeah. Okay. So that was Deanna Joy. She was applying, she was doing research, but mainly for others. And so she wanted to start winning more grants for herself and for her business as a for-profit small business. She's like, we can all win. Let's do this. So she had a desire to learn the for-profit world, where we, as I mentioned earlier, don't have to write proposals and do all this research and hire a team or hire a grant writer. So she was ready to start winning for her for-profit small business and for herself. And so she read my book. I wrote a book called Finding Funding, and it's all about how to find and secure grants and grant-funded opportunities. We call it debt-free, non-traditional funding. And this is in the for-profit space. So it's a new skill that is transferable with every grant you apply to, which is why she could play both ends, the nonprofit world and the for-profit world, and win from both perspectives. And so she read the book, and she reread the book, and she reread the book. She read it 3 times, she told me. She learned the lessons from the for-profit angle of grant winners. There's a difference in learning about grants, but learning about them from winners. So it started with me having won, now having helped 380 ladies get access to this same knowledge. The last 4 ladies that I interviewed, including Deanna Joy, who have won grants, have collectively won $250,000 this year. And so, not only does she know the for-profit world now, I interviewed her and all 4 of our grant winners. Her, Raven, Ashley, and Selena, who I'll tell y'all about coming up. But what I love about Deanna is that she knew she wanted to keep learning how to help herself and how to help others. Anyone else here like that? Like once you learn something, you want to go help somebody else. You know, you start like, oh, I know how to do this, this, and this. I'm like that, which is why I'm here with y'all right now. I, even as a child, would take what I learned from school that day and teach it to my Cabbage Patch dolls, my kid sister, my Barbies. That's me. That's most black women. We're very resourceful. We reach back out. Hello, Comatose. How are you? Welcome back. So, and of course, yep, you snuck in. I ain't see you. So I'm glad you said something. But yeah, we learn stuff and we share it and help other people, which gives us new knowledge, helps us to sharpen our skills, especially in this grant application world, because every application is different. But once you learn like the key patterns, the key themes, it's so much fun. And so Deanna's final quality that I noticed is that she was willing to apply for larger grants. So while she's won 5 figures, a total of $76,000 for herself and her coaching clients, she still went larger, applying for now a 7-figure small business grant and grant funded opportunity. So I mentioned she's now a $1 million grant semifinalist. So can anyone relate to Deanna Joy? Like, you've been applying, you've been researching, you may have even been helping other people, or you've been collecting information and trying to pass it on to other people, but you now are ready to start winning for yourself and for your business, and you want to learn this for-profit side in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming, and you're not trying to like, should I hire somebody to do this? Because it's very rare that you're going to find someone who applies for for-profit funding on your behalf. And even if you paid somebody to do this for you, they cannot guarantee you a win. So it's best that you learn this skill. And yes, it's a skill. There's secret language and ways to tell your story to get these checks writ, okay? So can anyone see themselves with any of the qualities of Deanna Joy? Like you're willing to keep learning, to learn this new world, and go out and apply and win. Let me know. Just put me in the chat or say something. Okay. You may even hear qualities from multiple people that you resonate with. Any questions so far? Y'all let me know. Talk to me. Now is the chance to ask any questions about anything that I've shared about Deanna Joy's journey, Raven's journey. What could be your journey? Let me know. Any ahas or takeaways? What have you heard so far that's like, you know what? I never thought about it like that, but I like it. Talk to me really quick. Type something in the chat. Let me know you're following along, taking notes, paying attention, want to engage. All right. Thank you, Comatose. It is 20 people on here and ain't nobody saying nothing but you. I love a good conversation. Okay. Let's talk about Ashley Rankin. I don't think she's on here with us right now. Yep, autism mom. That's a good takeaway. For-profits don't have to write proposals. And if you don't know what a proposal is, we did a half-day boot camp all about what it's like to have to write a grant for a nonprofit, what it entails, and what a proposal really is, what it looks like, etc. So because we are for-profit, we only do applications and video essays and win money. Before I move on, are there any questions about what we shared so far about Deanna Joy's story, Raven's story, as to what it takes to win 6 figures? And these are women in our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. And they have a pattern as well. Most of them contributed about 90 days of their time learning the grant game. We do call it a game because there are winners and there are lessons to be learned. And then they went out and applied the information, and that's why they're winning. So let's talk about Ashley. She is the coach I told y'all about earlier who's won a total of $29,000. Take a guess as to how much she's applied for in grants so far. Remember I told you when you're looking to apply for a certain amount, you got to go over and above that amount in applications. So if you've been here before, you should know this number. But if you're new here, you're welcome to guess. How much do you think Ashley Rankin, who has won $29,000 so far, has applied for? Right, Comatose, you really do not need a business plan to apply for these grants. They are available without a grant. Let me see. Any other guesses? $500K. She has, as of this week, applied for $600,000 in funding in the last 90 days. She's almost at millions. Hey, Teresa. What I love about Ashley is that she took 90 days, 40 hours a week for 12 weeks. Every day for 3 months. She sat and applied for grants like it was a job, honey. She worked it like a full-time job. And so because most of her applications are still out, fairly new, just submitted, as they slowly come in, meaning the decisions to who won, if she was selected, etc. She had about 3 or 4 wins back to back. Like, it was at one point, once a week, she was sending me a screenshot of her first $10,000 payment from a grant. She won the L'Oreal Inclusive Beauty Grant for $10,000. They sent her that payment. She gets a mentor from L'Oreal. This is all to help her launch her new skincare line that's coming out soon. She won a grant from Etsy for $5,000. She's been helping other people. As I mentioned, we have these qualities now that we can go out and help win. And so she's helped a few people. She's also sowed a seed into the lives of people and paid for them to come join the mentorship to learn what she's learning. So she's paying it forward as she's learning, which is what one of my other pastors used to call keeping a seed in the ground. As Christians, we believe you reap what you sow, and then you sow in them tides, you're going to reap a good harvest, all that. So she's a perfect example of how this is working live in action in the grant and grant funding world. And so I noticed her qualities as she's winning this money. She's won $24,000 in the last 30 days. And that's the beauty of applying for multiplicities, okay? So having won most of her money in the last 30 days, because she sat and focused, got all her grants done and out the way. She still applies little by little, but for the most part, she did it all at the same time. You can do that. That's called grant stacking, where you stack your applications one after another. You submit one, go apply again. You submit one, go apply again. But the name of the game is for your answers to get better and better and better with every application you submit. So that's something to keep in mind. Instead of applying for one grant, waiting on the decision, did I get it? Now you tripping, or you mad if you don't get it yet. It's like, no, have a backup plan. Go date other grants, aka apply. That's one of our secret formulas, to apply. That's how you start winning back to back. Like, can you imagine all this money just starts coming in at once? $10,000, $5,000, I mean, that gotta be a good feeling. So with Ashley, when I met her, she had won a grant already for $5,000. It was a grant funded opportunity that she had to go through this program. It was for people who wanted to sell stuff online, sponsored by FedEx and can't remember the other sponsor. But that's where our funding in the for-profit space comes from. We're in what we call the public-private for-profit sector. So that means that it's public because people who qualify for these grants, they can learn about it and apply. It's private because the funds don't come from the government or like federal agencies, if you will. It comes from associations, organizations, corporations, and financial institutes. So these bigger brands and these companies that does like charitable giving, and one brand we heard from yesterday is from the marketing department of a bank. And so that's who's behind the checks that we win in the for-profit space. And so FedEx was behind her first grant win. She had won $5,000. And once she finished their program, they gave her that fund. And then she came and joined us in the mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. And she wanted to enhance and fine-tune her grant application skills, because while she was applying, it had been some time in between that first win. And so her mom, who happened to listen to the live that she joined with us here, encouraged her, you should go sign up for this mentorship and learn more about winning more grants. And that's exactly what she did. And so she wanted to learn how to continue her grant winning streak. Has anyone here won a grant, but it's been like a minute in between your win and you want to win again? So maybe you went from like winning once or winning a couple times, or if you're like the old ladies we talked to the other day, myself included, you start applying years ago. But then if you're like the crew that was here in one of our previous lives, they were like, well, it used to be like this and it used to be like that. I'm like, girl, it is different after COVID. So the world of grants has changed even since I was introduced to my first. I won my first business grant of $1,000 during the lockdown, and I got addicted. But things have even shifted, and now here we are with one of our future small business grant pitch competition winners, Miss Tay Nika Sands. Everybody, she just entered the chat. Hey, Tay. I told them how we were excited and celebrating and talking over each other and talking fast and excited yesterday on our call. So I'm so excited to get started with helping even more winters, okay? So I got an email to send you today. I'm in a class all day today till 5 o'clock. They're on mute right now while I talk to y'all. I had to come hang out with my peeps. Keep my word to y'all. Then I'm going to go back and finish my work with them. It's in a new coaching program I just joined that's getting me all the way together. That's why I'm telling y'all, things are changing. Good things are coming. We also just found out, unfortunately, one of the programs we partnered with will be shutting down soon. So if I was y'all, we had a bonus where we share 6 of our partner programs. I need to check on all of them now. But yeah, they're going away. So one of them offers a small business pitch deck. Hint, somebody. I would advise you to go grab that before you get there and be like error 404 on that page. But don't worry, girl, we'll walk through it. So there are programs that we've partnered with to help you kind of flesh out your ideas for business growth and getting your business launched and getting some mentorship and some coaching behind your business as you are out pitching your business for funding, applying for these grants, winning contests and giveaways. You want to have a strong foundation to stand on. And so because we don't teach you how to start a business and go apply for this and do this, we partnered with people who do that. And so as we grow, we'll bring on more partners. You can have full range to the partners we have now, minus the one that's getting ready to shut down. Need to get that date. But Ashley emailed me about it because I missed it. I didn't get the email, literally missed that memo. And so, yeah, we're going to take advantage of what we can while it's there because it's additional bonus resources to help you throughout this process. What questions do y'all have for me? Are there any questions? Tay, can we talk about your thing or you want to wait? Let me know. Because we can do a pre-celebration, post-celebration, all the things. How to put everything together like what? Ask me a specific question, just that girl. Who to pitch to. You asked for how much you need. So what's your funding goal? What is your grant goal? How much would you like to win? You may also want to check out blackwomeningrants.com and come join us on one of the scholarships there. It's only $97 for a full year. Get mentored around where to start, what to look for, what to look out for, what to look forward to. So let me tell you all about Tay. So Tay has joined us on the lives for the last few months, I want to say. She joined us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. She finally submitted her video for a grant. She sent me the video and I reviewed it live here on air. And then I gave her some feedback on how to make the video better. So she confirmed yesterday that she was super sick the day that she finally recorded her video, the one she shared with me. And she's like, don't mind me, I'm sick. My nose is stopped up and running and eyes are water. And her voice was this. And she's complaining about what she was going through on camera that day. submitted the video while she was on air with me and got selected to go to the next round in an upcoming small business pitch competition. Can we congratulate Tay, y'all? She's one of our newest congratulatorians. And she is preparing her pitch soon to do it live in front of a studio audience. I can just see it now. All the cameras roll out. And Tay like, oh, okay, I didn't expect this, but congratulations, Tay. She says she's nervous, but you know, I don't know what to say about that one, Tay. It'll get better. It'll be different types of nerves by the time you're ready to pitch. Like excitement, where you talk really fast and it goes by really fast. So you got to take pictures and videos and have somebody record all that. Okay. So next month, Tay will be pitching for the first time live, and she and I will be working together to get her there. Behind the scenes, one-on-one, privately. Now that she sees what it takes, knows what to do, listens, implements that information. Maybe Tay, I'm going to develop an avatar for you. Let me write that down, because I've watched your journey. And I see y'all show up. And I see you doing the work. And now we're seeing it literally pay off, okay? So Tay is, as of yesterday, when we both remember to check our emails, one of our most recent winners selection. Like just applying is a win. Right, together at the same time, okay? You in New York, I'm in Georgia. So thankfully we on the same time zone. But yeah, just finding these opportunities, having these opportunities kind of land in your lap because you're in the right network, on the right frequency, as some people would say. Tay's win showed up as a sponsored ad on her Facebook page. Now me, I don't know. I just feel some type of way about sponsored ads, but she followed the rabbit hole like I teach you guys. We call it read, research, and review, where you're looking at the fine print, you're doing research on the funder who's writing behind the checks, and you're reviewing their qualifications, making sure it feels right, it looks legit, you qualify, you're eligible, you could potentially win this. And she mentioned yesterday, I could win it. I would be excited, but I mean, I don't have to win it, but if I won it, it would be cool. And then she won, and she was like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. That's what her email says. I'm freaking out a little. So we hopped on a call, chatted through those initial jitters, because once you realize that this is real, you've been selected to win a grant, to pitch your business in order to win a grant, it becomes surreal. It's like a moment of just like, then you realize they mean business right away, right, Tay? So they're like, send us your taxes. Send us your business employer identification number. So we have a checklist in the book called Finding Funding that I wrote over at blackwomeningrants.com. It is a part of our curriculum for the mentorship. And in the book, I have a checklist of all the things you need to have in place. We call that your digital documents. So if they say, send us your copy of your LLC papers, you got those, the articles of incorporation. Send us a copy of your Schedule C or your profit and loss statement or your full tax package showing you filed your taxes. Send us your business bank account number, the routing number, the account number, the wiring information. You have to be ready and you have to be prepared. Yep, the logo, they may ask for a picture. They may ask for a video. And you got to be ready. And so I teach you how to have all of this on deck, on standby in the mentorship, so that you're not caught off guard, so that you're not missing deadlines or timelines, because sometimes they give you like 48 hours to respond and confirm. that you've been selected or you've won or you're going to move forward or you're going to show up. And so you got to be ready. You got to have your bio ready. Yep, that brief description of the business that I ask y'all every single live for the last year and a half. What do you do? Describe your business. How will you use the funding? It's all a part of that. And so you have to be ready. So my job is to help prepare you. Comatose, I just saw this. It's a great question. She said, how many stages are there to a pitch competition? So with Tay's pitch competition, Future Win, there are 3 rounds. And so I'm going to coach her through all 3 of those rounds. We had Eartha Levy, who also pitched for Black Girl Ventures. They do a tour to different cities. And so they came here to Atlanta, and Eartha is in Georgia with me. And so we prepped her to go pitch. And there were 2 rounds, but they did the competitions a little different. They had a panel of 3 judges. And depending on how many judges gave you a thumbs up in that first round, depended on their level or the amount of money you won in that round. So Eartha won $250 on the first round, pitching her business in 60 seconds using what she and I worked through to help her get prepared for that small business pitch competition. And if you could get all judges to give you a thumbs up, you not only won like $250 at one level, $500 at another level, etc. It kept going up and up and up. I think it was $250, $350, and $500. And then all 3 thumbs up meant you went to round 2 and got to compete for $10,000. Well, Tay's pitch is going to be similar, but set up a different way. So she'll have 3 rounds where she has to pitch, and then there's a panel of judges, but they're 2 separate panel of judges. So one thing I found, Tay, after our call, I started digging in to the one that Eartha won. Some of the judges could be winners from previous competitions that they bring back as judges, because now that they've won, they know exactly what the competition is looking for. And so they call them champions. So they bring back the previous winning champions to be now a panel of judges for the future winning champion. So it's a chance that when you win, you can be invited back as a judge. I don't know what they get out of it, but one thing I did love is that the one Eartha is in, they shift and they get different sponsors every time. And so they're back now, but they're in Philly this time. And I think they're coming to New York soon, if I'm not mistaken. I got to check again. They usually announce it a couple weeks in advance, but the one in Philly is sponsored by Visa. I think it's happening this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. And so Visa not only is, if you win up to $500, they're giving you a Visa gift card with your money on it. Like, that's how they pay Eartha, with a gift card. But it spends everywhere that Visa is accepted, which is pretty much everywhere, right? So it may not be a cash walking out the door, which is for legal and safety reasons, but their sponsor is coming through with the gift cards. Visa is also giving away 100 laptops. I want to go sit in the audience just for a laptop. But 100 people, and you got to be there to get the details of how it works. But they said 100 people in their audience is leaving with a free laptop from Visa. We call that a consolation prize. Like, just for showing up. Thanks for playing. Here's your free laptop and your gift card if you win, and your $10,000 if you go to the second round. So every small business pitch competition can be set up different. The basis of it all, though, is to be prepared to pitch and prepared for them to drill you with questions and be prepared to get to the point quickly. So in the mentorship, where I walk you guys through how to pitch on video, how to pitch live virtually, now we're at the live in-person stage now that the world has opened up. Because when I was winning the 2 pitch competitions I entered, I won both, and everything was virtual. I still prefer virtual because I ain't got to go nowhere. But y'all are pitching to stadiums full of people now. Tay, I hope this is helping with your nerves, right? So every round goes higher and higher, and the goal is to be prepared. So I have what's known as Pitch Prep Academy, where I work with our clients privately, one-on-one, helping them prepare to pitch live so that they're not caught off guard. So with Eartha, she'll tell you one of her caught off guard moments. She was pitching for the first time at a stadium that holds 16,000 people. They happened to not use the full stadium. It was in a side room with a couple hundred people, which still, for the first time, you got 60 seconds, go. And you trying to remember what you practiced and remember what you pitched. And she forgot some words because she was looking at the facial expression of one of the judges on the panel that would not show his emotions at all. So she spent more time trying to convince him than answering the pitch that we practiced. And so you can get lost in that. But if you prepare for what could happen, what might happen, what you may or may not expect, etc., then you can get lost in the sauce, as we say. And then that buzzer goes off and you're like, dang, I didn't even get to say this, and this. Because you got distracted, you got lost, you needed practice, prep. Now, we've had a black woman at Grant try this on her own. And she wouldn't tell me, all the details. But she was just like, I really wish I would have told you, Dr. A.J. Austin, what I was up to before I did it. Because she didn't know what to expect, how to prep. And of course, she walked away empty-handed. So it's best to work with someone with that experience, get help building out things like your pitch deck, practicing your pitch, preparing for each round, preparing for what happens during the voting, whether you win or you got some lessons from it. Is it acceptable to use notes? Yeah, they let you. Well, this one that Tay's doing lets you use. And thank you for the questions, Comatose. This is helping me and Tay talk this out. I got my notes here that I'm reading. I already fleshed it out for Tay. She got this customized plan we're gonna do. But yeah, for Tay to hear all this. See, Tay, these are the questions that you didn't know to ask, right? Yet. But I got it all written down in my notes. So thank you, Comatose. This one Tay's doing will let you use props and will let you use like a pitch deck, but you got to submit it ahead of time so that they can have the right audio visuals ready for you, like the projectors and the drop down screen and sound if you need it. And so we're going to practice through all of that. But also the one Eartha did not. They're like, you can't bring a slide deck. You ain't gonna have time. We got hundreds of people that's going to be pitching. So we don't have time for, somebody's screen ain't working and the font look different and we got to work out the tech. They like, nope, do it straight from memory. So can you imagine in a room full of a couple hundred people pitching for the first time, got to remember everything. And Eartha and I only had 1 week to prepare her. She sprung it on me a week before the pitch, got in front of them and still walked away with Monday honey. So now she has this skill that's repeatable. And she's like, I'm about to go. They're going to Tennessee next. I'm going to go to Tennessee. But Tay, you mentioned, Philly is a 2-hour drive. I think your business has to be located in the state to make it fair for the business owners in that state. So I don't think Eartha went to the next one. But to know that she has this skill that anytime anybody else comes to Atlanta, or if because sometimes they do this one online, and so they make it global so you could go in and rep your city or your state. Now, I've seen her, Omi, who is over the Black Girl Ventures pitch competition and the tours. They've done a lot online. They've made it open to all states, but they've also made it state specific online just to keep it fair. But now they're doing it in person. So if nothing else, the biggest way, let me tell y'all my number one secret to how I won my first pitch competition was watching one live, but live virtual when we really couldn't go outside. So I watched, it was a couple hours long. I took notes and I implemented those notes and I won my first pitch competition. And they weren't teaching us how to do it. The ironic part is I was in a 7-week class that was supposed to be teaching us how to do it. But I learned more from watching it live, what people said, what they did, what the questions that the judges asked, and then finding more competitions to watch. And I taught myself by watching others. That's how I am. I'm more like, show me and I can create a template from what I see you do, because I recognize patterns easily. And I'm like, I noticed they do this, this, and this. And that's what make me great at what I do, because I'm like, ooh, okay. So I can tell, if someone has worked with a coach, because I am a coach, so I'm picking up on these coaching qualities, knowing that, they had someone working with them to get them to this part. And that's how I created a curriculum to help myself and to help Eartha. And now we're helping Tay. And we've had others that did other unique type of pitch opportunities to get them prepped for that as well. So it starts there. But also, I was answering the question about the props and doing it from memory. So just making sure you have enough time. That's why I told Tay, okay, now you got to be ready to pitch by this date, because that's what the date they gave. So I'm willing to be here with you till the day before. You ain't gonna get me the day of, because you're gonna be, like I said, a different kind of nervous. For her, she gonna be up in the air on a flight because she got to fly there. Flight already booked, babes. I love that for her. And so my goal is for her to be on the plane flying over us, headed to go win this thing. No pressure or anything, but just put those pitch skills into action. And we actually have more time. The more time you got to practice, the better. And my coach taught me that, you got to keep it going, keep it going. So when I had to do my very first pitch in front of an audience that I created for myself for one of my first businesses back in 2020, one of the first businesses that I brought online, I hosted my first event virtually, and I had to pitch, but I had to pitch for 2 hours. So y'all got nothing with 5 minutes. We can get you ready, babes. So yeah, I worked with my coach for like 6 months to prepare for my pitch and was still nervous. So that's how I know you're going to be nervous before, get that out. Okay, now the day of, different type of jitters. And my people paid me to be there. So they're expecting a performance, okay? And then it's a whole different ball game. But from that model, I've been able to not only make multiple 6 figures in my first company, but also win tens of thousands of dollars in grants for that business. Launch this business, Black Women in Grants, for you guys, and now teach y'all the same formula that's been working for me. Yep, 2 hours with my coach on the line, judging. And then we had to do a debrief. And he's a man, a Black man now. So he's like bullheaded and I'm stubborn at times, I admit. And so we're going back and forth, here's what you could do better. And, he's very proud of me, though, to see his work in action. And he let me fly solo because I'm a professional speaker already. So I knew what I was doing. I just needed help with the pitch. And he works with me, girl. So we had time. And so 2 hours flew by. Since then, I think my longest time has been like 8 hours. Plus being on here with you guys. This is part of pitching. I always invite y'all to come join us at blackwomeningrants.com. You're going to see how all of this sounds familiar. So I'll work together over the next few weeks to get you ready to pitch in October. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm interested to see how future small business pitch competitions are set up, because they can make their own rules just like grants. So some of them will have 1 round, some will have 2, some you can have props, some you can't. We're preparing for it all. We don't want no surprises, even though we're going to be expecting, surprises, but we're going to be prepared. So that's the goal of it all. Right. She got this, right? Okay, you say he did the hotel and the flight. That's what I'm talking about, boo. So loving that, because you need a community of support. That's what it takes to get you there. Yeah, a good suggestion is watching pitch competitions and also Shark Tanks. Like, I used to live and breathe Shark Tank. I used to be at my job watching Shark Tank with my headphones in. Addicted, girl. So I can tell you some things. I've read Barbara Corcoran's book. I need to read Damon's book. I bought it, but I haven't read it yet. But yeah, there's a formula. There's a pitch formula. And Tay don't know it, but that's one of her homework assignments anyway. But there are certain episodes where you can pick up on little key things that gets the pitch a deal. The difference with Shark Tank style, though, is that they're actually selling equity in their company. And with a small business pitch competition that we do, you don't have to give up. They call that no expectation of equity. So they don't expect you to make them like a part owner in your business. They don't expect you to give up a portion of your company or sell them a piece of your company. You don't have to pay it back with interest, which is what the sharks do as venture capitalists, angels, investors, etc. But the cool part is, one of the businesses that the shark invested in is here in Atlanta, and I passed it. They have the what's their name? Something like Lobster Maine Cousins or something. They had a location here in Atlanta, and I saw it, and it's so cool to see like stuff from TV actually in person. And so I love that. Knowing like this stuff is real and this is how it works, and it's business going on behind the scenes. and it's only so much they can show you on camera. But as I mentioned, I'm a coach, so I pick up on a lot of stuff. And I also know it takes a lot of prep to get to the pitch for them to even get a deal with ABC to get on television. There's certain agreements they have to make, etc., for all the exposure they're about to get, etc. But I'm helping Tay and our future small business pitch competition winners to prepare for that, and also to make their own money from these opportunities in addition to winning the grants, because that's what it's about. So there's so much to come, and we're about to get started soon. So Comatose, thank you for your questions. Tay, did that help you to kind of hear it talk through a little bit more? And as I told you yesterday, if we need to do another call before we get started, we can, or we can just dive right in, girl. I am ready. I got like 4 pages of notes for you. So get ready. You're going to have me all to yourself getting coached, that one-on-one exclusive. Okay. Are there any other questions about anything that I've shared so far? Y'all let me know. I know we did our avatars. I'm going to make Tay an avatar. I got to sit and think through your journey like I did with our other 4 ladies as to what got you to the first win. You know, there are certain qualities, like I mentioned, I'm great at recognizing patterns, and then it's helpful to call out those patterns and those qualities to see if anyone else can see those qualities in yourself. So we talked about Raven, our 6-figure grant winner, and what her qualities were. We talked about Deanna Joy and her qualities as a nonprofit grant writer. Raven as a Black woman farmer. We talked about Ashley, who is a self-care coach, winning her first $29K. And then there was one more we're going to talk about, Selena. And then I invite those of you who are interested in really starting to get into this world of grants to visit us over at blackwomeningrants.com. Claim one of the $97 scholarships that'll let you come and learn with us for the next year for only one-time payment of $97. There's Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there's Affirm if you need payment arrangements. But this gets you into my world. The only reason Tay and I were able to get together yesterday, agree that we're going to work together to get her across the finish line with this application, is because I had just got off of 2 coaching calls, crying my eyeballs out, having breakthrough after breakthrough, and one of my coaches demanding that I put one-on-one coaching back on my calendar. I hadn't been doing it. She refuses to teach me anything else unless I do one-on-one coaching. So Tay's email was perfect timing, and the fact that I know she has been implementing the work that I'm sharing with you guys in the mentorship. I knew she was ready for that next phase. So some people just want to come straight in and me to reteach them everything and tell them everything, and I don't want to do that. So my coach taught me through that. She's like, you don't have to do that. And she's emailing me now, but she said, you know, you're going to have some people that just want your undivided attention on this part and this part. And she really broke it down and helped me to understand. Because one thing I refuse to do is get on the phone with y'all and reteach everything that I already done taught in this mentorship. Y'all better go get this program. But if it's one specific part, like, oh, I'm about to enter a small business pitch competition, can you just help me with that? Oh, of course, let's go. That means you understand the worlds of grants, applying, finding these opportunities that are a perfect fit for you, doing your part to get selected. Okay, yes, I can meet you at that point. But from the beginning, nah, go get the mentorship. blackwomeningrants.com. Okay. Comatose says, are angel investors good for a for-profit business? It depends on if you want to give up a portion of your company. So remember how I always ask you guys, do you own at least 51% of your company? That 49% will be up in the air for a co-founder, an angel investor, venture capitalist. I follow an angel investor here on TikTok, and she gives really good insight on what they're looking for when they pool together their money and look for companies to invest in. So you would need to find out the intentions for their investments. Are they going to want you to literally sell out as far as sell them your company? Because notice, those are some of the deals the sharks make with the people who pitch. They're like, I'll give you $3 million for 100% of your company. That means you no longer own it. I can hire you back as an employee to come work and consult us in addition to that $3 million. But I get paid on everything your company makes from this point on if you take this check, and I'm taking 100% of your ownership. So with grants that we apply to, the number one, and Raven, not Raven, why am I calling you Raven now? Raven is on my heart because I'm sitting here staring at this check on our website. But Tay can tell you the eligibility requirements, even for this pitch competition for her. What did it say? 51% ownership. That means that you make majority decisions. So even if you sell 49% of your company to a shark, you make that final decision. No matter how much money they've given you, how famous they are, their connections, you get the final say so because you're majority owner. So it depends on how much you're willing to give up. You can, overextend that whole sweat equity deal, meaning how much you put in, how much you're willing to get out. Some people just don't want to give up a part of their company because of the sweat that they put into it to build it. And they're like, nah, I want to keep full control. I want to make all the decisions. I don't want to sell it. I don't want a partner. Therefore, I don't want an investor. So there are for-profit investor/grant opportunities. That's why I tell y'all to read the fine print. Because if you don't know the details of the deal, you could literally be signing away some of your business just by applying for these opportunities that's telling you you're about to enter an agreement that's going to sell a portion of your company or give away a portion of your ruling majority. You're about to give it away just for the sake of funding. So you want to know the details of the deal. You want to read the terms and conditions, the official rules, and they'll tell you what they're expecting. So you want to look for terms like, and I said we're going to do a future live about this. You want to look for terms like no expectation of equity. You want to look for, and that means you don't have to sell a portion of your company. They're going to give you the grant or the check, no strings attached. They just like your idea and they want to pour back into you. And grants do that. You want to look for what's known as undiluted funds, meaning you don't have to sell a portion of your company. That is another term for that. But also unrestricted funds. Unrestricted is like you're free to do whatever you want to do with the money you're about to win, whether it's a grant check, a small business pitch competition, any type of payment from a funder, a grant check writer. That's unrestricted. Go spend the money however you would like. But restricted, for example, is one that we won when we got the $500 shopping spree from Office Depot, Office Max. It wasn't restrictive. It was restricted, meaning it was restricted to their store because that's what it was for. Shopping online or any of their Atlanta locations, which is where I was because I wasn't going too much further than Atlanta. Like if I can't find it in the city, child, just mail it to me. So it was restricted to the store because it was an Office Depot, Office Max grant versus a Visa grant that could be spent everywhere. So you have to look for those words: undiluted, unrestricted, no expectation of equity, and making sure that if it has restricted guidelines, you're willing to follow those guidelines. So in the nonprofit world, like a restricted grant would be like, you can't pay your employees with this money. You can't do this with this money. This money is only for this, and this. Like they're restricting you to what you can and can't do with the funds. So you're looking for the unrestricted funds. If you're, not wanting to sell your company, you want to do what you want to do with the funding and go about your day and keep repeating the process. Amen. So that's how that works. Hopefully that helps. So I've been on here way too long with y'all. I done missed an hour and a half of my class. Thank God she's recording this so I can go back and watch the replay. My other coach is texting me. I need to figure out what I'm going to have for lunch. I had some chicken noodle soup. And then for a snack, a little late night snack, I had some collard greens. I bought this food already prepared from our farmer's market here. It surprised me how good that food was. So I'm going to go back very soon. Okay? Just want you to know that. So we might be having chicken noodle soup for dinner. But I'm looking forward to eating good today. So there's that. So I am about to wrap up soon. Unless you guys have any questions. I know we kind of talked about a lot of stuff today. The small business pitch competition conversation was just in time. Tell you, I even got some bonus stuff for you, child. I am so ready. So I'm going to be sending you your follow-up email. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. You see how late I was up and sent it. I was actually typing as I was talking to my coach. One of them. They got me all the way together yesterday. In a very nice and loving way. So I'm thankful for my coaches holding the same space that I get to hold for you guys as you freak out and go win this money. Amen. So I have been down the small business pitch rabbit hole after your email yesterday, Tay, and then especially after our phone call. And what we got coming up, girl, it's so excited. I am so excited. Oh, I am thankful for my coaches and my coaching clients. And I was just that's what I got to go tell my new coach. Like, right after you preached to me about bringing on one-on-one clients, guess who came? Guess who emailed me? So I just saw her message. She said that was fast because we had just talked like a couple hours before. So I gotta tell her, okay, she ready to roll. So this is all exciting. Yesterday was such an eventful day and a great wrap up. I have not really even been to sleep. I don't know if I told y'all that multiple times or not, but I slept maybe an hour and a half, and I've been up, just up. Me and my best friend texting at 4 in the morning. She ain't sleep. I'm like, Lord, everybody up. And then Tay, when I refreshed my screen, I saw that you had signed up. I was like, oh, I'm really up now. Let's get to work. So yeah, it's a lot to come. Plus, we're making some revamps. We're preparing for the top of the year for Black Women in Grants. So if you're not in our mentorship, number one, you missing out. Where you at? For Black Women in Grants. So if you're not in our mentorship, number one, you missing out. Where you at? One of her coaching programs, I don't know how many of us are in there, but she and I have another in a program of 4,000 people that have been through it. She was the first Black woman to make $1 million going through our coaches training. So I hired her, so I'm just following the leaders to come on board, and then I'm bringing y'all with me. And so, of course, I am standing out in this space because I'm the only grant coach. I don't know how many are in our program now. I'm new, so I'm still learning the ropes, but I'm excited about where we're going and the fact that I'm following a path that's already been laid out for me, which allows me to lay out an even clearer path for you guys. As I learn, I bring it back to you. And our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com is the introduction to our world, starting with the Finding Funding ebook, where I share all my secrets to how I got to this point, winning tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and now millions of dollars in grants and grant funded opportunities in both my personal and professional life. So I'm teaching you how to not get scammed, to how to pitch on video, which is what Tay did. And this is literally winning in action. So the fact that these teachings are like here for you to see in real time, that's the beauty of the program. It's all about the transformation and how you're telling your story on camera, off screen, and written essay form. I give you templates for how to do all that because I've done it. Our ladies are doing it. And now we have won over $250,000 just this year alone. And we ain't done yet. We just getting started. Literally, we just getting started. So I give you all my secrets and I lay out what these ladies are winning. Plus, I've interviewed all 4 of our most recent winners. I know we didn't get to talk much about Selena, who is one of the newbies to the grant space. So maybe you're like Selena and you're new to this. You could have been just like scrolling TikTok today and you saw something called grants and you're hearing about it for the first time and you're wondering what it's about and do you really qualify? That's what Selena did. And so I remember she came and she was interested in learning about grants. And then she kept showing up here on GPA, or Grant Prep Academy. And then she invested in learning the new skill about grants that literally is now paying off. So she applied what she knew that she had been learning in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. She won her first $2,000 grant. Now she's won a total of $15,000. She's applied to over $150,000. She's helping others. So that's her numbers, that's their numbers collectively. And she wants to keep winning. If it's $1,000, $2,000, she wants it to keep adding up. So maybe you're like Selena. And then you want to go from winning your first 1,000 to your first 2,000, all the way up to your first 5 figures in funding. So instead of just collecting free information or asking questions over and over or talking about how quote unquote interested you are or picking somebody's brain, you're ready to come learn and stay consistent in applying for these grants. Because at this point, when you start winning a couple thousand, then your first 10,000 plus, this becomes an additional revenue stream for you that's going to ultimately help you free up funds. That is my aha moment over the last 30 days. How much funding I've been able to free up from the money I already make in my business. I can go have more fun in my business, buy stuff that makes me happy, like food. I got a new Coach bag. I got a couple, but I'm enjoying this freed up funding, getting used to it, expecting it. And that's the confidence that comes when you are applying for grants. You know what you're doing. Like Ashley Rankin, she applied for a grant a couple days ago and she emailed me like, okay, I just submitted my application and I know it's the best one they've ever seen. So for her to go from someone who didn't even want to pitch on camera to proudly confident with her last submission, I love to see it. I love to watch our growth. And I am honored to get to walk you step by step through what it takes to develop your small business grant winning application strategy, helping you to fill in that grant application process, aka the gap, because there's a gap between you not winning right now and you winning. So let me help you fill it using the formula that we teach. It's a couple formulas that I teach you guys, starting with what we call the AAA method, where you apply, aka grant stacking or grant hacking, like Ashley's learned to do, and have that money just start flowing in. That's the best feeling. So now it's like embedded in my spirit. I just wake up like, okay, God, I'm ready for my congratulations email today. I'm ready for some good news. Ooh, good news is coming. I can feel it. Like I get in these modes where I just start like attracting and manifesting this stuff. And God just like, okay. And he makes it happen. He's the real manifester. So I love that I get to share that with you guys because it's all about my insider secrets of where to look, but also how to qualify for these grants. Not just find grants to apply to, but apply with a grant winning strategy because you've sat and thought through the process before you showed up to pitch your business, whether it's live in person, on camera, or on essay form. And so you need to know everything from the types of grants to apply to based on if you started your business or if it's in startup phase, and also what you probably shouldn't be using your grants for. But more importantly, how to start hitting those small business grant goals, whether it's a couple thousand, couple 100,000. You want to know that you're on the right path and taking it step by step. So our biggest thing lately, I know I talked to Comatose. Was that you that said you had been scammed out of like $5,000? It was somebody I was talking to recently. I was trying to remember. I think it was us. And so I'm big on teaching you guys how to spot a scam. There are scammers here on TikTok that are trying to use our name and our video. And I say our, but it's me and Jesus, because that's what it takes to show up. So they stealing our stuff. And they trying to act like us in y'all's inboxes and taking y'all money. And that ain't me, sis. That was you, the 5K man. So we're recouping. We're getting that money back. We believe, God, that a grant is going to replace all the money that y'all been scammed out of. Because I've talked to at least 3 of y'all that have fallen for the okie doke with, oh, just pay me the money. I can guarantee you going to win. I promise. I swear. And you don't hear from them no more. Can't find them. They running. They hiding. They blocking you. Child. Yep. When they in your inbox, block them and report them. Let TikTok know. They are impersonating, stealing copy, all that good stuff. That's copyright infringement, girl. So, to wrap us up, I want you to know you do not have to be a nonprofit to win a grant. I want you to know that we're winning almost millions. I can't wait to say that. We've won our first $1 million in grants as a collective, and me individually. I've won another $1 million, like that part. And it all comes from for-profits. Plus the programs we partner with. Get in while you can fit in, honey, because apparently they growing on to bigger and better things, babes. So we got to get what we came for. Go claim those scholarships while you can in those programs, because that's how to make the most of your investment in our mentorship. So take that $97, multiply it times 10 by getting in and getting some free coaching, free mentorship from our partner programs on like your email marketing, social media marketing, goal setting, your regular marketing and sales and branding. Like that's what the coaching program I'm doing today that is waiting on me to get back on this call. We're doing our whole overhaul for our websites and our branding and all that. So it takes a minute. You definitely need coaching through it. I also send you a 12-month subscription to over $1.2 million in grants to apply to. So you're finding grants on your own. They can start showing up like they did for Tay in her Facebook feed. Y'all know the internet's be listening, so y'all gonna start seeing ads and sponsored ads and stuff that we've talked about even here today. But all you gotta do these days is think it and it'll pop up, right? So there's master classes and audios and things like how to use AI as a companion for applying for these grants. But you got to know what you're doing. And I can walk you through all of that in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. Again, it's only $97 to join us for a year, one-time payment and year-long access. And all telling about what your compelling story should be. You said, should we be searching on Facebook? You can, but sometimes Facebook information be dated. I originally started learning from grants in a group that I was a part of on Facebook because we were in COVID. Everybody was learning about grants, and that's what they were teaching at the time. I'm the only one out of those. It was a crew of 4 of us, and I'm the only one that still teaches about grants and are winning them. And one of the coaches that taught me is now in my program, learning about the updates since she used to teach it. So there's that. So I do encourage, if you are going to be doing this regularly, come get mentored. Or if you have someone you want to bring on staff to help you look for these opportunities, apply for it, and potentially win your tens of thousands of dollars in grants, this is a great mentorship to be a part of, to learn that skill, teach the skill and win together. Versus trying to find somebody to do it for you. You pay them for every grant they apply to, etc. So I've interviewed each of our grant winners to teach you what they told me. But you better come learn for yourself because it's a masterclass, babes, on how they've been winning. So I would rather learn, and this is a key secret in our community. Ashley Rankin, who won $29,000 in grants, she created something called a small business grant tracker. So every grant she's applied to, she left a link in this tracker. I would rather follow in the footsteps of someone who is winning grants, leaving clues, paving the way. She gives you the names, the amounts, the website to go to. That's a great starting point on a literally winning path versus trying to sort through old information of something people used to talk about when grants were hot in COVID. That's how I look at it. So come get that fresh, updated, modern information. Amen. Yeah, you don't have to be on Facebook to find grants. The last time I looked for grants on Facebook, it was dated information. So that's my thing. So blackwomeningrants.com. We got the replays of each of our TikToks as well, because I've been here with you guys 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're welcome. I'm usually not on here this long, but lately, we've been talking, girl. And I love it. That's because it takes so long to get y'all going in the beginning. Say something. So here we are. I teach you how to get grants to come to you in the mentorship as well. And then there are 13 secret grant sources for you to go look for and find grants. You don't have to sort through old information, child. I'll teach you where to go get it. Amen. And I send you our list with the 80 grants and resources totaling over $1.2 million. So there's that. That's all I got, y'all. I'm about to go and see how much I've missed, which I know is a lot, but we got the replay. So I got to go get my learn on. So head over to blackwomeningrants.com if you're not a part of our mentorship yet. If you want to claim one of our final scholarships, we're about to close the scholarship fund soon. Don't ask me when, just know. If you get to that site and that button don't work, don't say I ain't had this conversation with you, okay? www.blackwomeningrants.com. blackwomeningrants.com. Hallelujah. Comatose says you are awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Comatose sneaking in as often as you do. Are there any final questions? Last call for questions. All hearts and minds clear. Just put clear in the chat if you good, if you're at peace, if you're complete, as they say in the coaching space. And y'all let me know. If you want to share an aha or takeaway, something you learned, you got like 10 seconds to put it in the chat. Other than that, I'll meet you over at blackwomeningrants.com. Make sure y'all follow this page. Amen. Y'all clear? Cool. Turn your notifications on. I could be back live at any moment. Y'all don't know. But get ready, get ready, get ready. Tay, did they send you an alert today, or you just had us on your schedule? Because I don't know if TikTok is back to working. They sent me some type of an alert. I didn't read it. I just cleared it just out of automatic habit. So I don't know if I threw something off or what. Okay, you had it on schedule. Cool. Well, congratulations again, Taynika Sands. I will talk to y'all soon. Hacking up along. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. I'll see y'all soon. God bless. Bye, future grant winners.